Welcome, welcome. Thank you so very much for tuning in to Just Enough Spice, where we talk about ways to strive for better. So if it's not apparent by now, I really love color, and I know a few people have commented on the colors that I wear. This is one of my very colorful outfits. It comes with a hood, just to be a little different. It's a wrap dress, and I hope you guys like it. Today, I'd like to talk about a discussion I had with a gentleman friend of mine who is on the East Coast. He had called me and was commenting on one of the videos that I had made with regards to the stock market and investing, and he was giving me his opinion. And I listened to what he was saying. And what he was basically trying to tell me was, well, you are trying to talk to these kids, but these kids have so much more stress going on in their lives. And I thought to myself, well, this would be something interesting for me to talk about. So while the gentleman was talking to me, there was a reoccurring thought that was going through my mind. And this was that for some reason, people are under the impression that they're special. And I'm sure you've heard it before, but if not, we are not special. No one's coming to save me, and no one's coming to save you. No one is coming to save us. We have to do for ourselves. And I've just been putting out information on YouTube that I would have really appreciated coming across when I was growing up. No one's going to hold your hand and walk you through life. Once we get to the age of 18, 19, 20, we're on our own, and I'm just trying to give as much information out there that I think is useful, just to hopefully help one person. That's all I'm trying to do. Just help one person out there that says, oh gosh, what she's saying, maybe I could take that and use it, or at least figure a way to make it work for me. The gentleman mentioned to me that, oh, you have to have the right education for you to save enough money, or at least get a good enough job to save enough money. And this is, I think, the problem that we have. We are programmed to go to school and eventually find a 9 to 5. The problem here is 54% of America is living paycheck to paycheck. And 40% of high earners are living paycheck to paycheck. These are people that earn anything over $100,000 a year. And if you're considered to be a high earner, it's presumed that you have some form of formal education. So going back to the argument, it's clear that education is not the problem here. Now, I'm not a financial advisor, and nothing I say in this video should be taken or seen as financial advice. This is not legal advice. I'm just a person that likes to talk on YouTube, and I'm giving my own 2 cents. So I go back to the term paycheck, living paycheck to paycheck. And for some reason, we find ourselves wanting, or at least having this insatiable appetite to buy. And now, that magical word financing, we just keep buying things that we do not need. And I say we do not need because most of these things that we go around purchasing and financing is just because we're trying to keep up with the Joneses. Yes, I said it. We saw someone with something we like, and all of a sudden, now we have to one-up that person and get something better. At the end of the day, we're the ones signing the note that we're going to pay back whatever it is we're now financing. And at the end of the month, we end up with numerous bills because we had to finance everything that's in our house. And I am not saying don't shop, far be it for me to be saying that, but we need to think, do we need that $1,000 a month car payment? Do we need that $300 a month phone payment? Do we need, or did we need those outfits that we saw at the store and for some reason could not leave the store without purchasing, or at least financing? Do we need these things? That's all I'm saying. And that's a question for you to answer. So I go back to the discussion I was having with the gentleman where he indicated that these kids need education, and after, I guess, getting the education, they will then get good enough jobs to then save money and then, I guess, put money aside to invest. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with education per se. I'm just saying that education is not all it's cracked up to be. You graduate from high school and you are not taught how to balance a checkbook. You graduate from high school, you are not taught how to use a debit card, account for what you spent on the debit card, and make sure you know if you have a balance or not. You graduate from high school, you're not taught, what interest rates are and what banks are giving you right now, or the history of interest rates and what banks give you when you put money in the bank to save. There's no form of financial education that's given to these kids when they graduate. And so, yeah, we are educated to then go out and get a job. And you can get a job making $200,000, $300,000 a year. If you do not know how to actually account for monies that you spend, you're probably going to be living paycheck to paycheck. So it's not that I have an issue with education per se. It's just that I think that there should be a different type of education, especially for these kids getting out of school, 11th and 12th graders. They should have an idea as to how to do certain things to keep them financially accountable for things that they would go through in their lifetime. And I was surprised to find out that there was a study done in March of 2021 by Yahoo Financing, and the findings basically showed that 1 in 4 Americans did not have any retirement savings at all. And for the people that were actually saving, most of them were not saving enough for retirement. This study also found that for the people over the age of 60 years old, 13% of them had no retirement savings at all. And the one thing that's for sure is that most of us are going to make it to the age of 60. So the question then becomes, how do we make it there? Or when we make it there, are we going to have any retirement, no retirement, or not enough retirement? They tell us to save money, yet they don't tell us that the money we put in the bank as savings is only yielding us 0.09% interest. And with inflation the way it's going right now, basically your money in the bank is making zero money, and actually you're losing money by keeping money in the bank. They teach us nothing about investment, yet they expect us when we get out to be able to live other than paycheck to paycheck. This is the reason why I say the education that we receive is not the main factor. Again, I go with the mindset, no one is coming to save me. I have to do what I have to do. And if I am going to sit and wait for someone to teach me certain things, it's not going to happen. Or at least I don't expect it to happen anytime soon. No one's going to hold our children's hands to tell them this is how you do it. And if our parents are making the mistake of living paycheck to paycheck and the kids are seeing it, that's basically what they're going to do when they grow up and start working or earning income. But none of this is taught in school. None of this is taught in school. We are taught to just go out, get that 9-to-5 job, get a pension or retirement. And at 65, we find out we don't have enough money saved for our retirement. So for the paycheck to paycheck people out there, we need to get better financial education. And for the savers out there, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with saving. I'm just saying that please keep in the back of your mind that when you put money in the bank to save, you're basically saying you want to pay the banks to hold your money. Because at the end of the day, all they're going to give you is 0.09% interest on your money. And I can think of many different places that I can put my money where it would grow or at least give me a greater return. Once again, thank you so very much for tuning in to Just Enough Spice. I'm hoping that I've been able to share some information that has been useful. If you found any benefit with this video whatsoever, please give me thumbs up. Please subscribe, share, and turn on the notification bell. And I'll see you on the next one.